Hello, everybody. My name is Rabbit in the Hat, also known as Alvin, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of something that I have been doing for a long time now. It has been 13 days that I have been working on this Minecraft project, and I am very happy to finally bring it into light. So, if you guys remember my series, The Journal, you might recognize this location. Or not. I don't know. A lot of things have changed. But I would like to show you guys the main city of Kingdomsville. This is a very big location. In terms of other cities, it is quite small. Mainly just because there's so much farm space, as you can already see from all the way up here. This city is the most important city in the series because it is where everything starts off, and a lot of its lore connects to pretty much every other location. So, let's get started on the actual tour. I tried to emulate a forest around here as best as I could, you know. And here's the gatehouse with our nice little flags, the official emblem of Kingdomsville. We can go inside these towers. There's nothing really in here. We got like armor down here, and we head up, and there's like crafting table and stuff. Another clock up there, and then up here is the main part of the tower, the watchtower part. Well, they'll look out over onto the path, see if people are coming, look out into the city, see what's going on, you know, that sort of thing. But there's nothing really that interesting other than that. Also, I hate using scaffolding. I don't know why I did this. And the other one is basically the exact same, so we don't need to worry about it. So let's get started walking off this way, because this is where most people would head first. This is one of many inns. All the insides of the inns are the same, but you go in here, there's a nice little reception here with some plants, some lighting, clock back there. There's a nice little seating area down here. People can chill and eat and stuff. You go up here, and then there's nice little reading spaces, a couple of little tables, some nice paintings, and there's a little bit of greenery, plus a fireplace. And there's two rooms. There's this one with some paintings and stuff, not really much in here. And then this room, it's a little bit bigger, and you can see outside a little better. And there's more paintings, a little bit of greenery in this room, so this room is a little bit more better. Forgive me for a moment how my voice sounds. I basically just woke up, and I really wanted to get this out of the way. Outside of every inn, there is a wagon, which is full of a bunch of barrels and stuff, and you can sit on the front. I didn't really want to put like an actual chair here just because it looks better like this. There's a bunch of greenery around, as you can see. There's a nice little well over here, which has a little pulley system connected to this bucket, which is full in the middle. Let's keep heading off this way. There are these huge watchtowers all over the place, pretty much. They're kind of the staple of the city when you look at it. So let's hop in here and check it out. Got some nice little storage. There's a little storage area here with a crafting bench. And if you start heading up, there's really not much else. There's another crafting table here just in case they need it. You keep going up. There's nothing that can really fit here, but there is a little like watch post where people can look from the ladder. And then you head up here, and here's your main watchtower part of the tower, where they can look out and they could like fall out if they wanted to because they could fly or whatever else. But I really like the watchtower. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It is one of the bigger builds here. So let's check out these farms now too. There's a wagon here too, just in case we want to get back and forth. There's a big old lettuce farm over here. They're all full grown. And here's a wheat farm, of course. There's some horses here. Got a nice little horse ranch. I named them all Friend so that they don't despawn, because I built this pretty early on, so I wanted to keep the horses around. Here's the windmill. There's nothing really in the windmill. I just kind of blocked it off because they didn't show me how to do the interior, and I wasn't sure how to do it, so I didn't. Now our path is kind of diverging. So we'll go this way. Another watchtower here. And here is the winery. We do have a winery, and you guys get to see the KingdomsVille flag in full. So we can pop in here. Nice little wine barrels here with some brewing barrels, which I filled up. That's why there's a lid on them right now. Little space where you're cooking stuff and whatever. You come up here. There's a nice little desk area. And then there's an area where you can sit and enjoy wine and stuff and look out onto the grape orchard. So let's go down and check that out for ourselves. Yep, this is the grape orchard. This mod doesn't exactly show the grapes on the outside, but these are entirely full grown. There's not very much, but it is what it is. There's a silo there for all the stuff from the windmill with the wheat and stuff. And there is a barn here. I didn't put any animals in here, but I like to think that the barn is a little more connected to the horse ranch back here. That's why I'm glad that it's so open. We can go upstairs, though I don't think I put anything up here either. Oh no, that's a lie. We got a little police system here. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be for. Maybe for like transporting goods like up the floors without having to carry them. And then there's a bunch of storage stuff. We got barrels, we got chests. You know the drill. I took the police system down. And there's a big old cornfield. This is basically the center of town. Lots of people in here will have corn foods, like they'll have sweet corn and they'll have like cheesy corn and stuff, you know. And then here's a little farmhouse. This is where the farmer lives. It's very cute. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here that they use for whatever. And then up here, of course, is the bedroom. And there's a clock. There's some storage up on shelves as some chests. They've got a barrel lectern where they'll write down like their harvest stuff and their like predictions and their memoirs like you know farmers do. And a little bit of books for a little bit of entertainment. And that's pretty much it for the farm area. Oh no, they've got a little fruit orchard over here with a watchtower. They've got bananas, oranges, cherries, apples, and I'm pretty sure those are pears. I think there's pears here. I think. I don't exactly remember. I planted those a while ago. The farm was one of the first few things I did for the town. So now, let's do something a little bit important. Let's take a look into the town hall, which was the biggest build that I had built. Words. So in here is like your nice little reception area where they'll be sitting. They got a bunch of books and stuff, a little bit of storage. Little benches where you can sit, some storage behind the stairs, nice little jukebox for them to listen to music or play relaxing music if people come in here panicking. We go upstairs and there's little seating areas with some more reception. And back here there is storage space where they put a bunch of stuff. They'll put books and they'll put all their records and whatever. Just lots of storage just kind of everywhere. And then we go in here, a huge storage space. And this is also the staircase going on to the next floor. And we've got more storage in here for the next floor as well. This is like a staff floor. This is where like they've got nice little balconies where they can look out over onto the town. They can look over here, or they can run on over here and they can take a look. They can see more of the center of town here and see the rest of what's going on over there. And they've got their little discussion table here, and they've got a bunch of books, some shelves with a kitchen space where they can cook, which is pretty good, so that they don't have to leave to get their food, unless they don't know how to cook. Here's another mini storage space up here, and then in here is a bunch of records and stuff. They've got lecterns, they've got barrels, they've got bookshelves everywhere, chests, lots of lighting to make sure everyone could see. A little bit of greenery, but not much. And now let's go up to the attic part of the tower. They've got a bunch of plants in here just because they don't use this place enough, so there's lots of vines growing. They've got armor, they've got some barrels, a couple of chests, you know. And it's not well lit because, again, people don't really go there. So they don't technically bother with it all that much. So now let's get out of here. Alright, the stairs are over here. So we're leaving the town hall. We're doing it the right way. Let's go through here, same way we came. And that's all for the town hall. So before we head this way to the center of the town, which isn't really the center if you look at the map properly, let's turn this way and let's head to the residential area. Most of the houses here are the same, but there are a couple of unique ones. I'll just show the insides of them really quickly, because the reason many of them are duplicates is for the simple fact that no truly important character lives in a lot of these houses. Some of the bigger houses, they've got a lot more decoration, a lot more space and stuff. So some important characters live in these style houses, you know. Like this cottage is very unique. This very important character does live here. Which you guys will meet later on in the story once I revamp it again. But that's why there's so much extra space, is because a very important character lives here. They've got a bunch of stuff in here that they use for their job, which is also an important part of the series. Just something to take note of. This house specifically was one of the last few houses that I built. I just needed to fill up empty space here, so I did. There's also a nice little enchanting house here because this is still Minecraft, to be very fair. All three of those houses are the same. And there's a watchtower here, of course. They gotta watch over the residential district, make sure people aren't doing anything weird, you know. Nice little small house. It's very cozy in here. I like this house in particular. I think that's one of my favorites. And here's another inn. Of course, you have to have another inn in the residential area. And then here is the big boy. This is the tavern. The inns that I built could act as a tavern, but I wanted a place that was like exclusively a tavern. So we got our nice little backing here where it's got a bunch of different types of alcohol on the back. You've got barrels where you can get it out directly, like the wine and stuff, and the rest is like glasses and like beers and stuff. And little seating areas here. We've got a little cooking space where it's got some cakes, and it's got a little bit of meat that's cooking. More cooking space over here with an anvil, little lonely table here. Ha. You head up here, and there's a bunch more seating space, but you've also got books and stuff, so you can read books while you eat or while you drink. And there's a nice little fireplace here too, just because I wanted the chimney to make sense. There's a bit of storage space outside, and there's some tables and chairs that are on the bridge. And then you go in here, this is the tower portion. We got a bunch of storage in here. You go down here, and there's a little bit more storage as well. Not that much, but it's there. And then you come up here, and up here is what I like to call the tavern manager's safe space. They go here when they get tired of the fights and stuff, and the bartenders come up here too. They just go there basically to relax. I can just open these and get out. Whee! So that's all for the tavern. And of course, every inn has a wagon, or at least a couple with it. So let's walk on down the path this way. Let's finish up in the residential area. We've got two sets of houses here that have another underpass. There's this space here, which is more of a bedroom. We go up here, and there's more like a kitchen over here. That's scary. They've got a balcony, which not many houses have, so this is a bit of a luxury house, even if it is small. We can go across here, and there's little desks here where they can read, or they can catch up on things like, I don't know, schoolwork, maybe, which is what I should be doing. And then the last part of the house is over here, where there's another bedroom. It's very small, but it works, and it's got books and stuff, so at least they're not bored. These houses are the same, and over here there's a nice little pond with a bunch of rocks scattered around. There's some lily pads and stuff, and there is a sword in the stone. I really liked this idea, so I just kind of put it everywhere. And there's this one house over here, which is pretty unique. They've got some storage. They've got nice little bed and stuff over here. There's a tower they can climb up and they can look outside. And then there's a nice little sitting space where they can just kind of stare outside at the flowers. And there's another watchtower right here. And there's a unique house right here. This is a cartographer's house, I'm pretty sure. Yes, this is a cartographer's house. They do have a bed in here somewhere. I just don't remember where it is. Or no, I think this house doesn't have a bed. This is one of the few, roll houses that does not have a bed. They've got a tower where they can go up and look out and stuff, too. And, there's a bunch of wagons here because there's another inn over there. But before we leave the residential area, there is one thing that I want you guys to see. That is by the town hall. And that is this. This is a statue of the Ender Dragon. The main religion in Kingdomsville revolves around the Ender Dragon, and this is her canon design in the series. Her name is Queen Didar, and she presides over the End. She rarely leaves it, but she leads the Dragonstone Warriors, which are their own species. They can either be created by her magic, or they can be converted from normal people. And there is a little plaque under here. It reads, "The statue was built to honor Her Excellency Queen Didar, the Eternal One. We offer thanks to Her Excellency for allowing life to grow and prosper outside of her dimension. Bless the shade." And one of the only Dragonstone warriors who is alive in Kingdomsville wrote this. He built it to honor her because she's let him live for this long, basically. And she is a very destructive force, so they wanted to, make sure that she had something that, maybe would give her a reason to not destroy the entire universe, because she could easily do that. We have a nice little fountain here. It's super overgrown. There's a bunch of like algae and kelp and stuff growing in there. There's vines all over the place. There's fires. There's little benches where you can sit. And over here, by the town hall and the clinic, there's a cemetery. And there's a bunch of graves in here, but it's mostly overgrown. There's a couple of different grave designs in here, and they've got flowers on them and stuff. There's a sword here, which is a very specific honor. There's not many trees because this space is supposed to be open, closest to heaven, and all that stuff, thanks to the church. And there's a very important statue here. This statue is holding the flag of Morning Glory, because as you guys might remember from the original series, what was then called Morning Wood had a war with Kingdomsville that resulted in the deaths of all of Jonathan's sisters, excluding Zara because she ran away, as well as the two lords of both of the cities, which is what this plaque describes. This statue was built in honor of Lily Val and Jupiter Bale, lost in the Morning Kingdom War. R.I.P. They built this statue not only in Kingdomsville, but in Morning Glory too. They built this in Morning Glory because they wanted to honor Lily. So they put the Kingdomsville flag in the statue's hands instead. And in Kingdomsville, they put in the Morning Glory flag so that they could honor Jupiter, because Jupiter was their old lord. So let's move on this way. Let's go ahead and check out this mystical clinic that I mentioned. Also, the inn is over there. Most people don't go to that inn, which is why there's so many wagons. They don't go there because they think it's cursed because it's by the cemetery. So, we jump in here. Nice little glass table. Some seating area around with a bunch of books and some plants. There's a surgeon's area back here behind reception where we'll do surgeries and stuff. This is supposed to look like a pill. And then back here there is a iron door that the surgeon comes in. Only he can come back here, And then we go up here, and this is where like bedridden patients stay and stuff. It's kind of dark, but there's a bunch of plants because they think that the fresh plants help to promote health in the cells. So there's 4 beds up there, so 4 patients can stay there at a time. One of which, one of the most important characters, stays here early on in the story. So now let's go over to here. This is the plaza. They've got a nice little eating area in here. There's a bunch of tables and stuff, and they're cooking food in here a lot of the time, which is why there's coals on the ground, because that's where they make their fires and stuff. Lots of plates, lots of lighting, lots of plants, and these sacred trees that kind of keep everything together. Nice little plant decoration right down the middle, and there's a bunch of stalls here. They've got candy, they'll sell clocks, they got plants, jams, cakes, you know the drill. We've got a wagon that leads to here too. There's crates here. There's also some cake stalls, which are very cute, and I like them. Fish stall here, selling a bunch of different types of fish and fishing rods. There's a bell here where they use to like call meetings and stuff. You know, there's shoe shiners here, which I actually really like these. I'm surprised I can get on them. But like you sit here and you put your foot up against it and it shines your shoes, you know. And there's a nice little flower fountain here with a sacred tree growing in the center. It's got a bunch of plants and some benches around. There is a well right here as well. There's a nice little yin yang carpet just because I liked it. Little table here and a flower and plant stall, which I really like. I like to think Anastasia owns this stall. And that's pretty much all that there is to the plaza. So let's head out on the back way. Let's go past this other sacred tree. And there's a couple of shops that are around. All of them have different names and different stuff they sell, but the inside is basically the same. This is Fruits and Veggies. They sell fruits and veggies. There's Sweet Delights, which they'll sell cakes and pies and stuff. There's Baking Goods, which is like stuff you use for baking, like cheese and eggs and flour and wheat and all that stuff. And then there's Brinnerfest, all in one. This is supposed to be like a restaurant shop. It sells just a bunch of different types of food, like you got like curries and like stews and stuff that are being sold. Um, Bunch of barrels in here. And this is your payment box. If you come inside, you have to put your money in here. And then there is more stuff you can buy up here. Lots of barrels all around. Useless chimney. Never fix that. And where's the payment box? Payment box is right here. So that way you don't have to go downstairs to pay. And they've got a nice little walkway where you can walk up to the top floor. But yeah, all of these shops are the same inside. So you don't have to worry about it. Let's check over here before we keep going in this direction. There's a nice little water tower over here by a bakery, which of course will sell your cakes and stuff. It's very cute and I really like it. There's a nice little shop sign right there. Open it up. And there's a little table in the middle where they can do like kneading and stuff. Bunch of plates where they can send out their cakes. Little clock here with a fireplace. Lots of cooking stuff back here with the crafting bench and a little bit of storage with some cabinets and a barrel. Which that is very nice. Now let's keep going this way. As this way, I like to think is more of like the guards area. Because there is all the way over here. Let's go ahead and head all the way over here. There's the church here. Actually, let's look in the church before we do this. The church is pretty simple. The symbol of the church is the Lily of the Valley. This is the place where they worship the Ender Dragon, Queen Didar. It's very rude to say her name in the church, and honestly, while you're in the church, it's very rude to speak, but nobody's there, so I do what I want. I don't believe in God anyways, even if she is real. We've got a nice little nether portal over here by this guard tower, which this guard tower I actually built 100% originally. And I'm very proud of it. Nice little inside. We've got a bunch of seating places for breaks. There's lots of storage. There's places where they can, you know, file things. Like, they're basically cops, so they do stuff like that. There's armor. They got their weapons here. They got a bunch of plants just to make things all nice and green. Little staircase that fills up pretty much the whole tower. And the watchtower part up here, we got a bunch of the flag of KingdomsVille all around. And they can look out over the walls, and they can look out over the city, they can look out over the town area, which now, let's go to the town area. Oh, actually, before we do that, Let's go ahead and finish up showcasing these places over here, because this is where we walked in. You guys just didn't see everything. This is a Fletcher's house. I really like this place. Oh, game lag. Game lag, sorry about that. This house is pretty simple. It's like most of the others, but it does have a fireplace, so it's unique. And then there's a nice little, like, archery place out here. It's usually best to do it when you're outside, but I just wanted to come in and show it off, you know. Because you go in here, I could get, like, bow right here, and, like, stand back and shoot it, and boom, almost a bullseye. And boom, bullseye. I'm so good at this. I am the best. Okay, nice little watchtower here. There's not much over there. It's mostly just like scenery, lots of plants and stuff. And here's a library. Very nice. It looks very nice on the outside. Got a nice little sign with the KingdomsVille flag, of course. Here's your reception. They got a little bell, and they've got a little lectern back there where they record, like, who checked out what book. And nice little seating area down here, and a bunch of books everywhere. And then you come up here, and there's a whole bunch of books. Lots of, not very much room to look around, to be honest. Sometimes you gotta get help, you gotta get picked up to get that top book up there, because you can't reach it. But there's a seating area up here too, and plants all around these stairs. Makes everything look very nice. So now we're out. Here is a very small blacksmith. I just thought it was cute, so I wanted to build it. They've got nice little forge back here, their anvil here, which is chipped, some shelves, lots of storage up there, and some little racks where they can, like, hang stuff, and their water, which is behind some nice little gold armor, which stands for the Sky Patrol. So this blacksmith actually creates armor for the Sky Patrol. Here's another inn. We don't need to go inside to look at it. And this is a stonemason. Works good with the blacksmith. It's got a nice little fireplace, little storage space, and they do sleep in here. They've got more storage, little stone cutter, books and stuff. And then come out here, this is like their actual workspace area, where they've got a stone cutter out here. They've got a huge crate of stone here. They've got a bunch of water, you know. It looks real nice. There's a bunch of wagons over here that go with this inn. So it is not as popular as the others, but they do still use it. Here, I believe, is a weaponsmith. This is their little area where they'll sell stuff, showcase what they're showing off. They've got water, little stuff out here, and then you go inside, and they do have a bed in here because they do sleep in here. It's pretty open. They've got plants, a little bit of storage space with a clock and a painting. And then there is a nice little watchtower they've got up here, you know, just in case they want to take the day off. Maybe they're a guard and they work part-time as a weaponsmith, so if they ever feel like they need to do their guard job, they could just pop up here and look out over the city and be like, oh yeah, everything's okay. And then they could do some more work, who knows. And now we have hit the back of... We've hit back to the gatehouse, so that means we just need to turn around and go back, because we have not seen everything yet. So let's head back on down this path. We're going to head back to the guardhouse. And we're going to go right this time so that we can see everything else. We've seen the church, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's actually stop back here for a second, because there is a nice little statue of a knight and a horse here. And I think it's very nice. Sure, it isn't the greatest, but with what you can do in Minecraft, this is pretty good. There's no plaques here or anything. I just thought it to be mostly decoration. But I like to think it is one of the guards who was lost in one of the battles that they wanted to honor. And over here, we've got a nice little archery range. It's pretty overgrown just because they're like, oh, you need to always be aware of your surroundings. You can't expect everything to be all clear and stuff, so it's all overgrown. They gotta shoot through it or attack through it or whatever. And then we go over here. This is the actual guards area for people who aren't training, or maybe people who are training just take breaks in here. There's a bunch of cups, bunch of lighting. There's storage back here with chests and barrels, brewing barrels even, but they're empty. And of course, we've got more storage back here in this nice little closet. Maybe it's like a hiding space or something. I don't know. Alright, and we come up here. Be surprised, there's a mailbox here, so that means someone does live here. Here is a little kind of receptionist area. You can sit in here and like talk to people over the counter. People like come in, like people you're training or whatever. But this is the bedroom. Lots of storage here. This is where the high guard lives. So the person who controls not just the head of patrols, but they control everything. They live here. And there's a bunch of storage up here too where they've got weapons and arrows and stuff to make arrows, all that stuff. So now we're heading out of the archery range. So we're gonna explore the town area, which is one of my favorite parts. We got a nice little wagon over here, just because it'll take people to and fro. We've got little townhouses here. All of them are pretty much the same. It's just the animals on the outside are different. There's a shepherd's house here. Got barrels and stuff. Little bed, and if you open this up, then it leads to there, where the sheep are. And let's check out the townhouse while we are here. We gotta go in the underpass, and then there's the stuff in here. There's nothing down here, but there is some stuff up here. We got little furnaces there. There's some armor. 2 beds, actually. Bunch of books and a little bit of storage. So clearly somebody who works in the guard lives in this house. There's a small watchtower here. It's mainly for decoration, but it could be used just because the town is such a big area. There's a bell up here where they can alert these townspeople for danger and look out, kinda check around this area mainly to see if anything is going wrong. There is a storage house here. We got a bunch of storage stuff. We've got our barrels, we got our chests, we've got some little knickknacks, there's plants, there's lights, there's stuff that you actually work with, your anvil, your grindstone, your blast furnace, crafting table, stone cutter, you know the drill. Got a little armor stand here too. And then back here, there's a tower where they can go up and they can just kind of look out on the world. This is just another little area. It's not that important, so not many people use it, but some of the guards may come in and they'll be like on the job and they'll just go ahead and go up and look out anyways. Another townhouse here, same thing, but it's got pigs instead of cows. There's nothing really in this big space, but I like the ability to be able to walk around a whole bunch more. This house, you might have guessed it by the variety of animals, but this is the butcher's house. Well, they'll sell meats and stuff. So let's head in here. They do have a bed in here. Somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Might be back here. No, back here is where the animals are. But they got their smokers, crafting benches, lots of storage. They've got plates where they'll send out the stuff. And there actually isn't a bed in here, so why the fuck is there a mailbox? No more mailbox. Another watchtower over here. This is a big one, so most people will use that one instead. Back here, we've got a lot more storage. We've got, like, water buckets. We've got actual carts. And more storage. A little seating area. Just because I felt this place was a little too empty. More water buckets everywhere. And this is a well. It's a big old well. They've actually got the water in there. In a bucket. But this well is real nice. It's got a nice little pulley system, too. Shows it actually works. You know. And this is another storage house. I just wanted to put this here for fun, to be honest. There's another wagon here so they can kind of navigate through. Another townhouse here. And that is pretty much it for the town area. So let's do a flyover. Let's make sure that we've gotten everything. That we have seen pretty much everything. Well, there is one more area that we have not looked at. And we're ending off, excuse me, on the best note, because this is the major blacksmith. This is the very first build that I ever made for this world. We've got a nice little lava pit here. There's a bunch of smithing stuff, lots of storage. There's nothing really inside here, just like stairs, so they can go up into the watchtower because they've got two of them, so they're basically the same. We've got little blast furnaces here, water bucket. We've got nice little fireplace here, which is functional, of course. Nothing in here, as always. They've got anvils here, little barrels there, lots of crates and stuff, and you go inside, and this is where you actually buy stuff. There's reception here where it's selling weapons. There's armor back here that is being sold, which not only includes the Sky Patrol, but it also includes the Border Patrol and the Battle Squadron as well. There's a nice little desk over here where the blacksmith can review stuff and like things that they have made, make sure that they're all good, and file them out if they're selling stuff, you know. So, I think we can safely say that we have explored everything. We have looked at every possible build that could be built in the map. We have looked into every house, every big build, every build that the guards use, every build that other people use, and we have looked at these statues, and I think that we are done with the tour. So like I said, in comparison to most of the other cities in my series, KingdomsVille is pretty small, at least right now, because they are still recovering from the Morning Kingdom War, where they fought with Morning Glory. And because of that, the city's still pretty small, and it doesn't even have a castle yet. But now that we are done, we can just walk out of the gatehouse and head off to another city, which I will be showcasing in another video, just not right now, because I don't have it built yet. So that's your final look on the city as we walk out through the trees. I really hope that you guys enjoyed looking at the city. I, for one, had a fun time building it. It took me 13 total days to build this entire city, so it was definitely worth it, is what I know. Real quickly, I would like to say thank you to the following people for their tutorials in helping me build the city. Let's say thanks to Lion Cheater, Jay Lithical, Sprite Chan, Blue Nerd Minecraft, Mechatech, Borshi, Avocado, Stevler, It's Marlow, Gaming Gameplay, Crocodile Andy, The Big Baron, Master Majesty, Blitzheart, Big Tony MC, The Mythical Sausage, Balzi, and LTA Tutorial. Those are all of the people that helped in building something. Well, they didn't talk to me directly, I just used their tutorials. But everything here is built by one of them, except for the guard tower, you know, by my right on my side. It's the left on the screen. But over there, I built that entirely originally. I did have something else in place of the nether portal, but I really liked how it looked, so I used that person's tutorial to put that there as well. But pretty much everything here was tutorial based. I know it's not that impressive, but I really like what I did with the world. And frankly, I'm just glad that it's over. 13 days it took for me to build all of this. It took the least amount of time to build the walls because it was just like world edit all over the place. But everything else took a lot of time. The longest time it took for me to build something was probably the town hall. That took a long time. But honestly, I am really happy that I am done with this place. And this is going to be the main setting for my story. And I am going to put a link to it as well. In the description, I am going to link the story if you guys would like to read it. I am planning on rewriting it again soon. I just need to figure out what exactly I want the first season to be about because I don't have a set plot yet. And I think that's why I've been revamping so much, is because I don't exactly have the plot figured out. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this tour, and I hope that you guys go and check out everybody that I mentioned that helped in making this, because their tutorials are incredible. And if you would like to see my tutorial for my guardhouse, I will also be putting that in the description as well. So, Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in a new video.